Hi, I'm Michelle Cann, the Christel DeHaan Artistic Partner of the 2025 American Piano Awards. I was so excited when I was asked to start this inaugural role with the American Piano Awards, and especially just because I really value the mission of this organization, in that, of course, the big part are the big awards that happen for jazz and for classical pianists, but there's also so much that the organization does for the community in Indianapolis and for, just furthering opportunities for American pianists. And so it's really inspiring to me. It's such a great organization that I have admired for so long. So what's also very unique is that I've never had a position like this artistic partnership. I've definitely had positions where I've been able to mentor artists that are coming up, but it may be a role that just is about mentorship. To be in a role where I have, in some capacity, connections to each finalist in a mentorship role, at the same time to be behind the scenes and helping to shape some of the decisions that are made for these finalists in their final moments when they get to come and perform and compete, to help be part of deciding who we would bring to judge. I mean, all of these different decisions that have to be made before the actual events start. I'm not often part of each side. And so I think for me, it's again, it's been not only exciting, but also a learning experience to be able to step into different shoes and give insight from so many different angles. I look forward to the time that I will be able to spend with each finalist. And for me, what's really important is to meet each of these pianists where they are at. I think that's one of the greatest things about the awards and the blind process that goes into choosing the 5 finalists, is that when you pull out of this pot, and again, based only on how great they sound, it's always very interesting to see the personalities that come behind that beautiful music that you heard and where they are in life. It varies. It completely varies. They're all young, but they're at different steps right now in their career. And so very often they have different needs. They have different needs. They have different questions that they might need answers to because they haven't taken that step yet. And others have taken steps that they're now trying to figure out, where do I go next? So I am just excited to meet each of them where they're at and try to give the kind of insight that will be valuable to them right now in their career and help them to be ready for what tomorrow brings, essentially. One of the things that has really changed for artists today is the way that social media in general has taken off. And of course, it has expanded. I mean, at first it was just creating videos on YouTube for consumption, but now we have Snapchat and TikTok and all these other media outlets to basically become self-made stars overnight. The whole term going viral didn't exist 10 years ago, and now everyone knows what that means. And so there is, it's something to think about, because you can kind of think, if I can just put the most popular video out there and then become famous, why even compete? Why put myself through that process, But I think that, again, you think about the Olympics that we all just got to watch, which is an ultimate competition, right? But I think that we can all agree some of the value in the Olympics is, it's so much more than just who won gold, right? It is so much more. It's the stories behind the competitors. It's their process. It's the awe in just watching quite simply what it took to get there, looking at people who are the best at what they do, coming together and showcasing that to an audience is a beautiful thing. And we all just sit there taking it all in absolute awe, whether they win gold, silver, bronze, or nothing. We are able to involve ourselves in those performances, in those routines, or whatever you're competing at in the Olympics, and really root for every single competitor, because again, they are the example of the best in their field. And so for me, when we look at the full picture of competitions, where it's so much more than just who won, but it's about the one from the audience side, but also from the artist side, the work that you put into yourself to get ready for a competition, the kind of improvement that you will see in your playing, in the preparation to perform, the way that you will grow as an artist is insurmountable. I mean, it's just, you will have such exponential growth just from getting ready for something like a competition, that it will be valuable forever. And so you have the artist that is able to grow in a way that under regular circumstances, they might not even have that kind of motivation otherwise. There's something about knowing that we have to put it all on the line that makes us put our absolute everything into that process, getting us there. So that growth, we carry that forever. And then of course, as I said, for the audience to take in the absolute best in the field, they're competing for the prize, but still getting to experience the beauty of great piano playing. I just feel like there's nothing like it. It cannot be replicated with, a popular video on TikTok. It just cannot. What I love about the American Piano Awards, and what I think sets this association apart from others in this competition, is how it gives an opportunity for all of the finalists to participate in every round, as one would put it. So typically, a lot of the major competitions that are similar to the APA, there are multiple rounds, but there's no guarantee that you'll make it to that final round. And so therefore, you will have maybe a solo performance round, a chamber music round, of course, a concerto round with an orchestra, and that's all very exciting. But often, you could have started with 50 competitors and ended up with 6 or 4 that made it to that final round with orchestra. And for me, that's so disappointing. Talking about all the work, all that preparation, as I mentioned, that you put into getting ready, learning an entire concerto, being more than anything excited to play with a great orchestra. And then you didn't make it to the final round, so you didn't get to play a note of that concerto. And so for me, that's really disappointing. I think it's in line with the most important thing that I believe competition should be, which again is that self-growth and that opportunity for the artist, for the pianist or whatever instrument, but for them to be able to, with all the work they did, be able to share that with an audience. And so for me, that is, again, invaluable. The American Piano Awards, you have that opportunity. Everything you worked on, everything you prepared, you can perform. Everyone will be able to hear all the things you put your time into. And whether or not, again, you win, no one can take that experience away from you. And it's great.